Hello everyone and welcome to my tutorial. Today I will show you how to model a Lamborghini rim like this with SolidWorks. First go to File, choose New, and start a new part. We will start with making a layout sketch on the front plane. So right click the front plane and choose Sketch. Choose your circle tool and from the origin sketch a circle here. With the Smart Dimension tool, give the circle a dimension of 524 and click OK. Zoom a little out. Now choose your circle tool again and from the origin sketch another circle here and one more from the origin, third one from the origin, and finally one up here. Now choose your Smart Dimension tool. Give this circle a dimension of 485. Click OK. Give this circle a dimension of 445. Give this circle a dimension of 155. And give this circle a dimension of 130. Now in the line tools, choose your center line. Sketch a vertical center line from the origin up to the point of this outer circle and double click. Sketch a horizontal center line from the origin and out to here and double click. Sketch another center line from the origin to the center of this circle and press the Escape button. Now choose your Smart Dimension tool, click on the center of this circle and this center line and give it a dimension of 130 and make an angle between this center line and this one of 36 degrees. Now choose your circle tool again and zoom a little in here. Now snap to this center line. Sketch a circle here. Sketch another circle with the same center. Choose your Smart Dimension tool. Give this outer circle a dimension of 31. Give this inner circle a dimension of 17.5. Make a dimension between these two circles and the origin of 53. Finally, choose your line tool again, snap to this circle, sketch a vertical angled line down to this center line, and press Escape. Choose your Smart Dimension tool again, make a dimension between this point and this center line of 35. Oops, this should not be like this. It should just be like so. Give it a dimension of 35 and one more between this endpoint and the origin of 40 and click OK to accept. Now exit this sketch. Now we will create another layout sketch on the right plane. So right click right plane and choose Sketch. Choose your center line tool. From the origin, sketch a horizontal line. Give this center line a dimension of 230. And exit this sketch. Now we will create a reference plane on the endpoint of this line we just created. So go to Insert, go to Reference Geometry and choose Plane. Now click a place on the center line and finally on the endpoint here. Click OK to accept. Now right click on the right plane and start a new sketch and press Ctrl 3. Now sketch a 3-point spline. That means take one here and another one here, and press escape. Rotate the model a little. Control click the origin and this point and give it a horizontal relation. Now choose your center line tool, snap to this endpoint and sketch a little horizontal line here, and double click. Sketch another horizontal line from this spline point, double click. Now click this endpoint and control click this middle circle and choose make pierce relation, and also click this point and control click this line and choose pierce again. Now we will add some relations once more, so click this point and control click plane 1, choose make coincident. Do the same thing for this point, so click this one and control click the plane and choose make coincident. Now we will click the spline and drag these arrows a little to make them visible, like this. Now choose your smart dimension tool. Make a dimension between this endpoint and this endpoint of the spline of 6 millimeters. Now take this one and give it a dimension of 151.13 and click OK. And give this arrow a dimension of 61.64 and click OK. And give this arrow a dimension of 252.73. Finally, we will add some angles. So click this arrow and click the center line from this layout sketch. Make an angle here of 5.23 and click OK. Make an angle between this arrow and the center line. Click the center line first and then click the arrow and give it a dimension of 3.86 degrees. And finally, make an angle between this center line and this arrow of 6.86 degrees. So this looks good, and you see we have fully defined this spline sketch. Now we will make a revolve surface, so go to Insert, go to Surface and choose Revolve, and revolve 360 degrees around this axis, and click OK to accept. Now right click front plane and start a new sketch and press Ctrl 1 to view it from the front plane. Initiate the Convert Entities tool and click on this center line and click on this line and click OK to accept, and also click this line, click Convert Entities. Now choose your line tool and sketch a horizontal line from this one to over here, and double click to escape, and click snap to this line and sketch a horizontal line here and press the escape button. Now with your trim entities tool, make sure you have power trim chosen. Trim away this one, this one, this one, and also trim away these two, this one and this one. Now choose your smart dimension tool, make a dimension between this line and the origin of 230, and make a dimension between this line and the origin of 125. So now we have fully defined this sketch. Now go to your Features tab and choose your extruded boss base, and in the end condition choose Up to Surface and choose this construction surface we have just created and click OK. Now right click the front plane start a new sketch and click this circle and choose click this circle and choose Convert Entities, and go to your Features tab and choose Extruded Cut, and in the end condition choose Through All and make sure to reverse the direction, so we will cut in this body we have just created, and click OK. So this looks good to me. Now right click the front plane again and start a new sketch. Click this circle and choose Convert Entities, and click this line and choose Convert Entities as well. Now choose your trim. Make sure you have power trim chosen and trim away this one, and this one. Now go to your Features tab and choose Extruded Boss. In the end condition, choose Up to Surface and choose this one. Now you have to uncheck Merge Result, so we will have a separate body, which is very important. So when you have unchecked Merge Result, choose OK. Now we will move and copy this construction surface. So go to Insert, and in Features choose Move/Copy, and in Bodies to Copy choose this one. And if you don't see this window, you might see this one. Then you just click the Translate or Rotate to get in here, and in the Translate choose -5 in the Z direction, and make sure you have Copy chosen. Click OK to accept. Now go to Insert, go to Surface, and choose the Extend feature. Now click on the edge of the surface we just copied and give it a distance of 50 and click OK. Now right click the front plane and start a new sketch. Now choose your Convert Entities and choose this center line. Choose the circle and choose this angle center line and click OK to accept. Now in the trim feature, click on this arrow and choose Extend Entities and extend this one. And click the Trim Entities again and choose Power Trim and trim away this entity. Now go to Features and go to Extruded Boss, and in the end condition choose Up to Surface and choose this surface that we just copied. Now once again make sure to uncheck Merge Result, so we will have a separate body to work with, so click OK. And now in the solid bodies folders we should have 3 solid bodies now. Now right click the front plane and start a new sketch. Click this circle and choose Convert Entities and convert this line as well. Now choose your Trim Entities and trim away this part and this one and also this one. Go to Features and choose Extruded Cut. Now choose Through All in the end condition and make sure to have the right direction. Now here in the feature scope, uncheck Auto Select and choose only to cut in this body and click OK to accept. Now we will combine some of the bodies that we have just created. So go to Insert, and go to Features and choose Combine. Now in the operation type, make sure you have Add chosen and choose to combine this one and this body. Click OK to accept. Now let's hide our construction surfaces for a while. So here on the surface bodies folders, right click and choose hide. Now right click on the plane 1 and start a new sketch. You can press Ctrl 1 to view it from the front plane. Click this meta circle and choose Convert Entities. And choose your line tool. Snap to this point and sketch a line here that's vertical. Choose your Smart Dimension tool and give this line a dimension of 33. Now choose your Spline tool. Snap to this endpoint and sketch a spline up to here and press Escape. Now choose your Smart Dimension tool and make a dimension between this line and the endpoint of this spline. Give it a dimension of 45. Now choose your Trim Entities tool and with the power trim away this part and click Escape to exit the Trim Entities. Now click on the spline itself and drag this arrow out here and drag a little one in this arrow. Now click this arrow and give this one a horizontal relation and Control click the spline and this entity and give it an equal curvature relation. Click OK. Now with your Smart Dimension tool, give this arrow a dimension of 97. So we have now fully defined this sketch. So go to Features now and choose Extruded Cut. Now in the From direction, choose Surface, Face or Plane. And now you can expand the feature tree out here and then click the Extend Surface. And here in the depth, give it a dimension of 3. So click OK to accept. So it now looks like this. Now right click the front plane and start a new sketch. Expand this feature and click on the sketch here and choose Convert Entities. Now convert this line with Convert Entities so it looks like this. With your power trim function, trim away these parts. Go to Features and choose your Extruded Cut. And in the end condition, choose Through All and make sure to extrude all the bodies and click OK to accept. So now it looks like this. Now we will have to move this body down here. So go to Insert, go to Features and choose Move Copy. And in Bodies to Move, choose this one. Oops, just this one. And in the Set Depth, choose -10. And make sure not to copy, so uncheck Copy if that is checked and click OK. So now it looks like this. Now rotate the model a little and start a new sketch on this plane. Click on this face and choose Convert Entities. So we have now copied the edges and go to Features and choose Extruded Cut and choose Through All. And down Feature Scope, uncheck Auto Select and choose only to cut in this body and click OK to accept. So now it looks like this. Now we will make a split line, so right click this face and choose Sketch. Now click this edge, choose Convert  choose this edge, choose Convert Entities. Now drag this endpoint out here and control click plane 1 and choose coincident. Drag this endpoint and control click plane number 1 and choose coincident. That will not do it, so choose your line tool and sketch a horizontal line here, sketch a line here, and finally end here, and make a distance between this line and this plane 1 of 20. So now go to insert and go to face, go to curve and choose split line, and it should choose projection by default with the current sketch chosen here, and you will split this face. So when you have chosen this face, click OK to accept. Now it looks like this. Now we will combine all of our solids, so go to insert and go to features and choose combine, and make sure you have add chosen in operation type, and check this body and click OK to accept. Now we will delete the faces in here to make a nice transition. So go to insert, go to face and choose delete. Now here in the options, make sure you have just delete chosen. Click this face and click this face and click OK. So it now looks like this. Now go to insert, go to surface and choose the boundary surface. Now here for direction 1, you choose this edge and then choose this edge. Now right click here in the modeling window and choose selection manager, and make sure you have select group chosen. Now click down here in curves, zoom a little in, click this edge and also this edge and click OK, and zoom up here, choose this edge, choose this one, and click OK here in the selection manager. So this looks good to me, so click OK to accept. So now we will combine some surfaces and make this model solid once again. You do that by go insert, go to surface and choose knit. Then you can expand the feature tree out here and click on the surface bodies, expand surface bodies, and click this delete face and this one, and then make sure to check the try to form solid and click OK to accept. Now I have a little graphical issue here. We'll fix that. Just choose the fillet tool. Give this edge a fillet of 1 millimeter. So this looks better now. Now choose your front plane and start a new sketch. Sorry, you should not sketch on the front plane. Exit the sketch. You should choose the plane number 1. Right click plane number 1 and choose sketch. Then offset this circle here. go to the Features tab and make an extrude cut of 50 millimeter. So it now looks like this. Now click on this face and start a new sketch. You can press Ctrl 8 to view it normal too. Like this. You can simply just view it from this way that I'm doing here. Now choose your line tool. Sketch a line down from this edge up to this edge, and finish here and double click. Make sure you can drag this point a little up and control click the center line and make it coincident. Now with the Smart Dimension tool, make a dimension between the endpoint of this one and this point of 65. And also between this point and this point, make a horizontal dimension of 40. Now choose your center line tool and sketch a vertical line here. And make sure this is given a vertical dimension. Choose your line tool again and sketch a line here, one more here down to the origin. Finish in this endpoint with the Smart Dimension tool. Make a dimension between the origin and this point of 25. Give this line a dimension of 300. Now choose your spline tool. Sketch a spline between this point and click Escape. Now click the spline and drag in the arrow, and also drag in this arrow in order to give the spline some dimensions. So choose your Smart Dimension tool again. Give this arrow a dimension of 170.83. Give this arrow a dimension of 228.43. Now make a dimension between this line and this arrow. It should be an angle of 3.45. And make another angle between this line and this arrow, 13.65. So it now looks like this. Now go to your Features tab and choose Revolve Cut, and make a revolve cut around this axis. Click OK to accept. Now we will add some more planes to use for make some draft angles. So go to Insert, and go to Reference Geometry and choose Plane. Now in the first reference, expand the feature tree and choose Front Plane. And here in the second reference, choose this point and click OK to accept. Now go to Insert and go to Features. You should find the draft feature here. Now with the plane 2 selected, you want to draft this face. You want to draft it 13 degrees. Make sure in the right direction and click OK to accept. Oops, like this, 13 degrees. Now right click the front plane and start a new sketch. Convert this circle, convert this circle as well. Go to Features, go to Extrude Boss Base, and in the end type, choose up to surface and expand the feature tree out here. And you want to extrude to the surface revolve feature here. And make sure to uncheck merge results, so click OK to accept. We cannot do that, so this is because we have chosen the wrong surface. You just right click here and choose clear selection, and then instead choose surface extend. You should choose, sorry, making a mistake here. You should just click this face, so we will extend this extrude to the end of this one. Now make sure to uncheck merge results, so we will have a new body created, so click OK. And we should now have two solid bodies, this one and this one. Now right click the front plane and start a new sketch. Click this small circle and convert entities and make a cut through all. Make sure it goes in the right direction, so click OK to accept. Now right click plane number 1 in the feature tree and start a new sketch. Click this circle and choose convert entities and go to the features tab and choose extrude cut. Now type 60 in the end, in the depth, and click OK to accept. So it now looks like this. Now we will add some more planes to do some more drafts. So click on the front plane, go to insert, go to reference geometry and choose plane. Now with the front plane chosen in the first reference, choose the point here in the second reference and click OK to accept. Now click plane 3 here in the feature tree and go to insert, go to features, choose draft. And with plane 3 here in the neutral plane, we want to draft this face with 3 degrees, so click OK to accept. Now we will add a new plane. Click on the front plane, go to insert, and choose reference geometry and click plane. And click this point here on our model and click OK to accept. Now with plane number 4 chosen from the feature tree, go to insert, go to reference geometry and choose plane. Sorry. We should just draft with plane number 4. So with plane number 4 chosen, go to features and choose draft. And we will draft this face with plane number 4 by 3 degrees, so click OK to accept. Now it should look like this. Now let's hide the planes we have just created. Right click on planes here and choose hide. Hide. Also, you can expand out here and then simply take it away here. We can also hide our layout sketches here, here, and our first plane here. Now we will add some radii to the model. So choose your fillet tool and choose 2 mm and add a radius here. One more here. One here. But we can't. As you can see, we have made a little mistake here. This should have been deleted, so exit the fillet tool, click this face, and we can see it's this derived from this feature, so right click this feature and click edit feature. Now in direction 2, click OK and make sure to choose through all, click OK. So now it looks better. Now choose your fillet tool again and make sure you have 2 millimeters chosen here in radius, and choose this face, this one, choose this edge and this edge, click OK to accept. Now we will add some smaller fillets, so check the fillet tool again and make a fillet with the dimension of 1 millimeter, and click this edge. Oops, not the face, we want the edge. This edge, which we can't, so just ignore this edge. Choose this edge and this one, this one, this one. Also this edge, this one. And when you're happy with the result, you just accept. You can use some other dimensions for your fillets if you would like that. Now we will mirror this body. So choose the right plane, go to Insert, go to Pattern and Mirror, and choose the Mirror feature. It should choose the right plane here. Then expand Bodies to Mirror, and you want to mirror this body. And you won't merge the solids now, so make sure you have Merge Solid unchecked, and click OK to accept. Now we will make a pattern of these bodies, so go to Insert, go to Pattern Mirror, and choose Circular Pattern. Now in View, you should choose to show your temporary axis, and here in the Pattern axis, choose one of these temporary axes and expand Bodies. As we want to mirror want to pattern the bodies, we want to pattern this body and this bodies. And we will pattern it with 5 instances, so click OK to accept. Go to View and hide the temporary axis. Now we can see it really starts to look like something nice. Now we will combine all of these bodies, so go to Insert, go to Features, go to Combine. Make sure you have Add chosen in Operation type, sorry. Then just with the box selection tool, just select all of your solid bodies, click OK to accept. So it looks like this now. Now we will start a new sketch on the right plane, so click right plane and start a new sketch. You can press Ctrl 3 to view it from here. Now here in your rectangle tool, select corner rectangle, sketch a rectangle, something that looks like what I'm doing here. Choose your Smart Dimension tool, give this one a dimension of 204, give this one a dimension of 10, and click this point and Control click this point and make a horizontal relation like this. Finally make a dimension between this edge and this line of 10. Now choose your circle tool and choose the center line. And sketch a horizontal center line from the origin that we will use to revolve around. So when you have created that, go to features and choose revolve cut. And it should choose the center line by default, and we will make a cut all around, so click OK to accept. Now finally we will add some fillets, so choose your fillet tool and we will add some 2mm radius. Click on this face. Sorry, you should choose the face here, and this edge, and also this edge, this one. And we can add some fillets to the model in here if we would like that. I think it would look pretty good, so I add fillets by simply clicking all of the edges in here. So click OK to accept. Now finally right click your surface bodies folder here and click delete or keep bodies, and you will like to delete the construction bodies we have used for this model. So now we have our Lamborghini rim. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial and you will find it useful. Thank you for watching. Bye.